Bouali, Skikem in the grey, Oban Evil Elliott in the black with white trim.
Oban Elliott looking like a full-blown welterweight again. Spinning back kick straight out of the gate.
What a way to start, but he certainly lit a fire under Skikem there.
Yeah, Skikem firing straight back. I mean, you know, he can't let Elliot set the pace, and a bit wild in that exchange though. Plum clinch for Elliot. Gonna look for some knees up the middle perhaps.
Oh, Skikem just ragging his man around by the neck.
Some clinch strength from Skikem, but he looks like he's got caught a little bit on the way in.
He's leaving the hands a little bit low and a little bit wide.
I mean, he's winging it at this point.
Oh, flying into the body there from Oban Elliott.
Nice head and arm snap from Elliot. He's going to go for the guillotine here.
Looking for the big squeeze early is Oban Elliott.
Yeah, if he can get his weight a little bit further over the top here, abandons it, goes for position. Skikem's got to try and post and get back. You can see that wrist come all the way through and tie. What a horrible pin.
And it may be a little bit of respite that he needed, even though he's not looking great on the ground here, because if he continued to throw those wide shots, he was going to get caught in those stand-up exchanges.
Right, but Skikem was very smart in that he managed he knew he had to give up this position in order to get back in, and this is some heavy ground and pound, all blocked by Skikem though.
Yeah, took those well on the forearms, but the referee's not going to let him do that all day. He'll have to try and improve that position. But let's see how much Elliott's willing to expend here to try and force a stoppage.
Yeah, I mean, that was actually quite a loose mount from Elliot. His knees were out quite wide, the feet weren't tucking in at the hips. You can see him tightening it up a little bit now. But, you know, just kind of showing he was focusing on the strikes more than the positional maintenance. But Skikem with a lot of work to do here.
Referee Rich Mitchell on top of the action there, just warning Elliott for shot placement to the back of the head, and Skikem taking more punches flush on the face.
Yeah, he's got to get on his hip, he's got to start moving, but this is a big guy on top of him with a very wide base.
I almost had to double check my notes there when they said he'd moved down from welterweight.
I mean, he's huge.
He is a big guy for 155 pounds, and he's really bringing that to bear now.
Skikem
takes the back and looks to unload with a series of right hands, and it's over. Oh, and protesting to the referee. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the welterweight division. James Lightside Lilley in the black with red trim. Evil Oban Elliott in the black with white trim.
Okay, gents, ready.
Referee Mitch Mitchell
Let's go.
Starts the fight. Touch of gloves, and we are underway. A huge right hand early from Elliott.
Yeah, nice quick body lock from Elliot as well off that strike. I mean, he's got plenty of TKO wins on his record himself, but I think it's fair to say he's absolutely going to have an edge in the ground game. Sitting very heavy in this half guard here. Really tight underhook on that top side.
You know, there's no extra points for taking chances, especially in a late notice fight like this. You're going up against a guy with boxing experience, with bare knuckle boxing experience. The smart move is to not stand in front of him.
Yeah, you don't do it. You know, you take it where you're going to be strongest and where you have the best chance of winning. Big bridge on the escape, though. Oh, and he was unlucky there.
Elliott looking to pin and punch there. James Lilley trying to get to his feet.
Yeah, he's got to block the choke. He did a really good job of bridging and stripping those hooks out.
Lilley trying to get the hooks, trying to clear the hooks rather, as Elliott.
I like it, really good work.
Here.
Yeah, really good work in Turtle, and that's a big shot though.
Oh, huge shots from Oban Elliott. James Lilley taking him like a champ as he's back to his feet, but he looks a bit woozy there, Josh.
Yeah, cross wrist grip behind the back, making that takedown very easy for Elliot, who threw some absolute bombs from that position. Up to that point, Lilley was looking really good in his Turtle defense. Cleared those hooks well, maintained grips well. But Elliot has some violence in him for sure.
Absolutely. You know, James Lilley's said all week that, you know, he's expecting a street fight. He says that Oban Elliott calls himself a gangster. He didn't want him to get on the ground, but Oban Elliott having none of it.
Yeah, again, he's turned to Turtle. He hasn't managed to block the hooks this time, though. We've already seen the power that can come in from this position.
Lilley trying to hide his head there.
Go on, we're only 2 minutes in. Oh, quick in with the choke. Big squeeze. This is over.
Big squeeze from Oban Elliott, and there's the submission! Credit to James Lilley, but Oban Elliott came out here tonight to make a statement.
Never trust a gangster.
You heard the hangman, George McManus, in the dark brown touch of gloves, and we are underway.
Big left hand from Oban Elliott.
Elliot loves that southpaw stance, and he's getting the combinations going early here. Landing big shots on McManus, clinches up.
Good hands from Elliott early. Forces McManus back against the fence. He's got those hands together. Got that S grip linked. Double underhooks. Can he put this fight on the floor? Does he want to put this fight on the floor?
Yeah, by the way he took that clinch, he started to move his opponent there. Definitely looks like he wants to get this fight to the ground. I haven't seen a guy's fired up prior to a fight as Oban Elliott in a very long time.
Elliot competed at lightweight for a long time, but
nice
guillotine attempted.
Oh, he's got to get past this guard.
That's it. It's all about the angle. Half guard position on top is an excellent position for crushing that guillotine attempt. He can allow him to keep the hand in there as long as you don't allow the hands to get connected and then the legs come back on the inside. So this is a strong position to be. And the thing is, when you give up one of those arms, so in this case the right arm, it stops you from being able to use that arm to frame and defend. So McManus doing a good job of getting back to open guard position, and Oban Elliott allowing him back to the feet.
Yeah, Elliot got a little taste of that guillotine there and was forced to scramble out of it. Nice low kick on the break though.
Two big low kicks. That second one really buckled the leg of McManus. And Elliot finding a home for that left hand now.
I think Elliot's learned something from the Ian Gary fight, and he's trying to disable that lead leg and slow McManus down. Nice short hook on the break. Nice knee from McManus.
Yeah, Elliot is the shorter man. It's going to be very wary of those knees on the inside.
McManus looking strong. Elliot tried to pull that arm out there. 2 or 3 tugs trying to get that arm out and just didn't seem to be able to move his opponent's whizzer position at all.
This is certainly living up to billing so far.
You kind of set a precedent for the rest of the 15 minutes now.
Both guys landing short shots in that.
Big hook. That was a big shot!
And a big knee. Elliot slips though, and he's going to be wary of the neck again here.
Yeah, what a shame there as he threw the knee, slipping onto his back in a really strong position to attack. McManus looking to tie up that head, and Elliot doing a great job of getting his head out of that.
You're going to see an elbow on the break here from Oban Elliott, I think. Nice short range knee, there's the elbow. Nice left hook there. Shots are landing for Oban. Oh, he's down! What a knockout for Oban Elliott! Wow!
3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors welterweight division. Herkus, Lucenus in the grey with black and gold trim. The Welsh Gangster Oban Elliott in the black with white trim.
You can see straight away the comfort that Herkus has walking himself into range. He wants this a close range boxing match, and he'll supplement his boxing with those kicks. Really sharp striking on the inside, and you can see the respect that Oban Elliott's already got for his striking. Backing up, finding space, and looking to wait for his opportunity to sting him with a shot.
As we said, the Hercules coming into this one of some great success in kickboxing and MMA.
There's that body kick.
Yeah, he stopped his last MMA opponent with that body kick. He's knocked guys flat with the head kicks as well, so Oban's really going to have to keep an eye on where those shots are coming from.
It's a real challenge for that right hand of Oban Elliott. Do you keep it tucked into your ribs to defend the body kick, or do you bring it up high to protect the side of your head? This is the game that Herkus will play with this kick if he has enough time to do it. He'll keep throwing it into the body, and then he'll switch the direction of it. You can see the redness already on the ribs of Oban Elliott, who level changes, which is the smart thing to do in this fight. Big takedown for the Welsh Gangster.
Yeah, super quick on that level change and straight into a nice position here. He's immediately looking to, well, look for a second like he was going to pass the side control here, but a very, very open half guard. I mean, nothing in the way of defense on the half guard, and there's a reason for that. Herkus doesn't want to commit to the half guard. He wants to try and have those feet nice and wide so he can continue to push himself backwards, move his hips backwards, and try and get back up against the fence. So when you commit yourself to a closed guard, to a locked off half guard position, you take away your ability to create a huge amount of space. So Herkus right now is backing himself to literally back himself and get back up onto his feet. But Oban doing a great job of stopping him from doing that and landing some elbows now. And this is what we want to see. Not just not just being on top in this position, but actually doing some damage from here.
Oban Elliott's there to hurt people, there's no doubt about it. He really relishes in these opportunities to drop big elbows on his opponent. And he will chase to the back as well, which is what you're seeing here.
Yeah.
Look for the wrist bind. This is straight for the neck.
This is a bad position for Herkus. I mean, Oban's looking to strike from here, not worrying too much about any submissions, and he's landing these.
Big shots from Oban Elliott, going back to the choke.
That choke is on.
Oh, he's on it.
He's stretched out, and it's all going to be over.
He's got it.
Submission.
Wow.
Oban Elliott is back.
Another big win for Oban Elliott, and you can see the damage on his opponent's face in just a few seconds underneath him.
The Welsh Gangster, Oban Elliott, taking on Warrington's hardest man, the beast, Matt Bonner. Bonner in the red, Elliott in the black with white trim. And you can immediately see the size difference here is very pronounced, Dan. As you would expect from a lightweight moving up, facing a middleweight moving down.
Yeah.
You know, both these guys have showed very well-rounded games over the years, but you would think that Elliott would want to keep this one standing, whereas Bonner might want to take it to the ground, use that ground and pound.
That's it, Bonner. So much success, you know, as we always have with these next-gen guys, attacking that back there, and it's the way that he finds the opportunity to sink in that rear naked choke off of the transitions, which Oban Elliott really needs to look out for, and two really nice leg kicks there.
Of course, we saw him slip that rear naked choke on Matthias Frederick to win the title out of nowhere.
Yep.
He got a one-arm rear naked choke in one of his most recent catchweight bouts. But he's got heavy hands as well. You know, we'll see if he brings that power down to welterweight with him. Of course, he was a welterweight to start his career as an amateur, and the power in his hands really seemed to improve at middleweight. Will he bring that back down with him? We'll have to wait and see.
There's the shot. It's not a super. It wasn't set up much. It didn't even look super intense. And Oban, you know, really making him pay for perhaps being a little lazy on that first shot there. Trying to get on the inside, control the bicep, land some elbows there, really trying to punish his opponent for trying to take any advantage.
Nice elbow there from Oban Elliott. Bonner trying to find a way out from behind Elliott here. Elliott looking to release. Big shot from Oban Elliott, and he's got Matt Bonner shooting.
Spinning round to the back there. Could you imagine if Oban Elliott was able to sink in a sneaky rear naked choke on Matt Bonner?
I think the roof will come off this place. But
I mean, what a start to this fight. Oban Elliott in top half guard position. Matt Bonner's back against the fence, trying desperately to get back to his feet there. And Oban just redirecting his energy. Shin goes over the forearm there to try and take away some of that defense so he can strike. You can just tell Elliott wants to punch him in the face. All these transitions,
nice elbow there from Elliott. Oh, and Elliott's opened the former champion up there.
Bonner trying to sweep from here. We know he can sweep. He's got good sweeps from the butterfly guard. He's looking to control the wrist there, maybe throw the leg up for a triangle, but with one leg on the inside there in a half butterfly position, it's not really great for much, to be honest with you. Into half guard now. Look at that left side, that left arm of Oban Elliott with that underhook here. Expect to see Bonner try and get an underhook with his right arm on that same side. And Oban just doing a great job of keeping Matt completely flat. If he keeps him flat here, it takes away his ability to try and posture, get his back to the fence, try and stand up again. And a lot of blood, it looks like, coming out.
Is the blood coming from Elliott as well now?
Oh, really?
It looks like Elliott's cut open as well. We'll have to see if we can see what caused that. Whether it was a short elbow underneath from Bonner or a clash of heads, maybe. I'm sure we'll find out. But Oban Elliott bleeding heavily here now, more so than Bonner.
Very, very nasty style there, where he's standing up, leaving space, throwing one big punch, and then as Bonner tries to stand, just jumping straight back in on him. Bonner now stripping those hands to get back to a standing position, and sticks his tongue out, gives him a bit of a nod, and okay, that's done, let's go.
Yeah, Elliott jaw jacking back as well. Gets his head out of the way of that kick and looks back into row Z for where it landed. Again, attacking the lead leg. Great level change there by Oban Elliott.
I mean, fantastic there. Shoots that double, turns around to the back, finishes again inside of that butterfly guard, that half butterfly, back to butterfly now. Oban looking to control on the inside there, grab wrist control. Hands are connected behind the back. Expect to see him use this body lock position to draw his opponent off of the fence. You don't want your person, well, if you're trying to strike from them, you don't want him in a position where if you create space to strike, they can pop back to the feet. So dragging him back down flat, and this is where he's really going to try and unload. Matt Bonner doing a good job of getting the feet on the hip here. What this does, it loads up those legs like a spring, and if Oban creates any space or loosens his control, his forward pressure, then Matt Bonner will look to kick him away. But so far, Oban's looked, I mean, we're talking about size differences, strength differences. So far, we're seeing absolutely none of that. Oban looking every bit as strong as Bonner, if not more so.
I believe, Dan, that the cut is over the left eye, between the eyebrow and the eyelid, so that's not a good spot at all. But we'll have to see how bad that cut is.
The cut came from one of those. I mean, I don't think Bonner got many punches on Elliot at all.
Yeah, I didn't see an elbow from the bottom position, so whatever it was, it must have happened very suddenly, and as you say, it could well be a clash of heads. Elliot immediately attacking that lead leg. Bonner, the beast barrels forward.
Yeah, Bonner coming out with some big strikes there.
Nice front kick to the face.
And we're used to this from Bonner, the relentless pressure here. I wonder if Elliot's going to change level and try and get another takedown. Very successful in that first round. That second takedown he got in the first round was just beautifully timed in the middle of the cage there.
And that's what we really didn't expect to see, Dan. You know, we expected Elliot to want to keep this on the feet at all costs, but showing that he's more than comfortable in every range here.
Level change is going to come.
Bonner trying to use that head movement to find a way in. Elliot gets the shots off, tries to clinch up here with Matt Bonner, puts him on the fence.
Yeah, Bonner very prepared for that. Shot immediately defended.
The one thing we do know about Matt Bonner is that he can go and go and go. We've seen him get a number of come from behind wins in the later rounds.
Make space with your hips, man.
Again, we've seen Bonner in championship fights, 5 rounds, and you know he does look good in those later rounds. We're not going to have those championship rounds today, so he's got to make sure that if he wants to think about getting a decision victory, he's got to make sure that he's doing work in this round. He's got to try and secure this round to give himself a chance, because he certainly lost the first one.
Does a good job of getting out from behind Oban Elliott there, and immediately starts marching him down.
And this might be where that size difference starts to take its effect, when that initial energy is gone.
So Oban, though, dipping down and getting another takedown.
So far, that's not happening. Elliot on top here again, dragging his opponent off of the fence, and he's going to look to strike from this position. He's had a lot of success with it so far. He does have to be careful with Matt Bonner's butterfly guard. He's got sweeps from that position, but strong body lock position past the half guard here. And then I think, and Bonner really grimacing on the face to try and escape this position. Maybe surprised with the strength of Oban Elliott.
Knee to the body there from Elliot.
And he's got to be careful giving that back up, and Oban just slipped off for a second there as he attempted to take the back, got those hands connected, and Bonner doing the exact right thing, which is trying to literally peel those hands apart and disconnect that clinch position, allows him to escape. And
oh, nice rush from Matt Bonner there. He talks about those heavy hands.
I mean, the momentum is certainly looking more in Bonner's favor than it did in the first round.
And he caught Oban coming in there with that level change. Looking to pummel now, jockeying for position. Oban able to keep Matt Bonner on the cage for now. Bonner's corner calling for him to separate there, and they're saying that Elliott's slowing down. They want Bonner to get those hands going.
I mean, I think I would agree with them. I think Elliot is slowing down. That's not to say that he's moving super slow, but he was so intense in that first round. I think the longer this fight goes, as we kind of suspected, the longer this fight goes, the more it's going to play into Bonner's hand. And I think that's what we're seeing now. Bonner continuing to put the pace, but without the offensiveness from Elliot that we were seeing in that first round.
Yeah, he's doing a good job with his head movement to avoid a lot of these shots from Bonner.
Oh, he's not taking very much at all, but and a nice level change, but Bonner with that underhook and healing his man off. Oban switching to a single leg here and pulling that ankle away. He's desperately fighting. He's going to try and get to the back again immediately. Bonner looks to split those hands. He's done that 3 times in this fight so far now. And Elliot looks like he might sit backwards to attack the back, but no, instead stands up. And with those hands disconnected and a wrist control from Bonner on both hands, it takes away your ability to re-clinch. It's the smartest way of doing it. You don't just want to break the grips, you want to stop the immediate re-grab.
Bonner just marching his man down now.
And Elliot certainly looking slower here.
Slip there on the mat, and Elliot tries to fire a big overhand shot. Looking for a counter takedown there is Elliot, but strong hits from Matt Bonner.
Yeah, the explosiveness and the pop on these takedowns that we saw in the first round are no longer there. And Bonner's going to feel that. He's going to feel that his man's fading, and he's really fading now. You can see the laboured movement, even as he walks here, end of the second round. And I think Bonner's going to really turn the heat up now. I mean, he's always applying the pressure, but I think he's going to double that up now in his third round. I think he's going to try and finish his opponent if he can, take any decision out of the judge's hands.
Bonner's corner are saying he's fading, keep touching him.
I mean, Elliott's still firing back nicely, but just a different Oban Elliott than we saw in the first round for sure.
Still looking to import those shots is Elliot. Bonner just looking to find a bit of range here to maybe get that one big right hand off.
I think what we could see in this third round, if Bonner can really lay some shots and force Oban for a lazy, weak takedown attempt, we might see Bonner circle to the back and try and get his signature rear naked choke.
Dipping down to the body and then upstairs is Bonner getting the combinations going. And he's forcing Elliot to just move constantly here, and that's going to be wearing in the gas tank of the Welsh Gangster as well. Bonner's corner really trying to motivate him here. Elliot looking to burst into action.
There we go. Wow,
up against the fence, and
nicely done. Finishes the takedown, and this is a massive moment in this fight, because if Oban Elliott can control for the next 3¼ minutes, I mean, he could secure this final round, especially if we see the sort of ground and pound we saw from him in the first round here. And Bonner's going to be doing everything in his power to get back to his feet.
Bonner seemed to grimace from that shot as well. I don't know whether it was the shot itself or a bit of frustration.
He gives up his back once again, and we've seen this multiple times from Oban. I think this is the smart decision. When he's thought about going to the back, Bonner stripped that grip so easily, but, you know, it's very hard to stop someone like Matt Bonner from standing back up.
And now Bonner's going to be marching him down again, lands a nice right hand.
You know, if we're talking about the fatigue of Oban Elliott with that big outburst and that attempted takedown, you know, there were high energy moves, and that could have depleted the gas tank even more. I think Bonner, there's half a round left now, 2½ minutes left in this fight. I feel like it's still all to play for.
Bonner just whiffs on a shot there as they separate, but lands a left hand. Elliot firing back. We've got a punch out here in Wales. Bonner's corner screaming at him to stop clinching as Elliot tries to dip down for another takedown here.
And he might get it as well as he cuts the angle here. And the big difference is that Bonner isn't particularly close to the fence. He's going to try and circle, try and scoot his hips back to the fence there. And Oban does a great job of finishing this takedown inside of the full open guard of Matt Bonner, far away, well not far, but far enough away from the fence that Bonner's going to have to put in some serious effort to try and stand back up.
Bonner is really grimacing there. I don't know if maybe he's picked up an injury or
possibly.
Or...
I mean, we saw him grimacing in that second round, I think, and I think it's just from exertion, but it's very possible. I mean, the pace of this fight has been incredibly high. There's a minute and a half left, and
Elliot Still firing off these short shots here. Bonner looking to create space.
And Elliot going back to the strategy that we saw in that first round of getting inside of the guard and then just working from here. I wouldn't try and tie up a head and arm choke whilst you're inside someone's guard. You might find yourself being swept here. I mean, a minute left. Why not try and pass here and get to a more dominant position, a half guard, a mount maybe, and really put a big exclamation point at the end of this fight.
Matt Bonner trying to get up now by sheer force of will.
He might give the back up at this point. Again, strips the hand straight away. His back defense really is fantastic. We've seen it throughout the fight. And Oban holding on for dear life. 30 seconds left. And I mean, what a close contest this has been. A takedown to finish.
Oban Elliott
into side control.
And that might just be the moment that seizes it for the Welsh Gangster. And he's talking again.
10 seconds left. Expect to see a little bit of ground and pound as he hears that 10 seconds.
I mean, what a performance from Oban Elliott here. I mean, he's phenomenal.
He really looked like he was fatigued in that second round, and he certainly was, and he really dug deep to deliver a domination as the fight closed out.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this bout 30-27 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the red corner, the Welsh Gangster, Oban Elliott!
Congratulations to the Welsh Gangster on the biggest win of his career. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them in the Cage Warriors middleweight division. Sean McCormack in the purple. Oban Elliott, the Welsh Gangster, in the black with white trim. Touch of gloves, and we are underway. And immediately, Paul, you can see the size difference here.
Yeah, it is like looking at 2 different weight classes. But like I said, you know, Oban's taking this. He's not waiting around. Good for him. A lot of guys these days, they do tend to sit out. They do tend to want, you know, easier fights. You know, okay, Sean might have the experience that he wants, but his game is here. He wants to fight, so let them have at it.
McCormack 3-1 as an amateur as well. A couple of nice knockout wins. Oban Elliott undefeated as an amateur and won the Cage Warriors Amateur Academy Grand Prix before turning pro. So both these guys seasoned. Elliott, of course, with the greater pro experience. Getting that jab through there.
Oban switching here from southpaw to orthodox as well. And I think if he sticks with that for the whole fight, it'll confuse Sean.
Nice body shot by Elliott there. Oban checking the leg kick.
This is nice work from McCormack. He is pushing Elliott. He's throwing. But he's forcing him onto that cage. He's forcing Elliott to walk here.
The one thing you don't know about McCormack is, you know, what kind of condition was he in when he accepted this fight? Presumably not in the middle of a fight camp, so maybe the game plan here from Elliott is to take this late, get it into the 2nd and 3rd round, and see if he's got the superior cardio.
He's striking looks crisp, Elliott. Looking for that body shot. Not quite getting it. Nice takedown defense. Nice double unders. Really nice reshot of a single leg, high crotch. Shoots for the double, hands are clasped. I think he's going to get it. There we go. This is super work from Elliott.
You know, we saw him have success with these kind of bullying tactics against Bonner last time.
Yeah, I think McCormack's doing everything right here. He is getting the underhook on the right side. He's coming up to his hip. I think Elliott is just aware of what he's trying to do, and I think he's just that one step ahead of him. Nice shots. Good pressure too.
The crowd here in the Indigo making their voices heard for Sean McCormack.
Nice from Elliott. McCormack's back was just on the cage, scooped him out, put his back flat on the mat, and this is going to make it a lot more harder for McCormack to get back to his feet. Nice elbow.
Oban looking to take the back here. McCormack going to have to be careful of that neck.
Risky way to get back to your feet, but paid off for him. He's looking for his own takedown here. I think this is a really nice work from Elliot though. Nice head position, nice strikes, and then straight back to the tight clinch.
Calling the elbow over the top there was the corner, and Elliot delivering. Nice short shots from Elliot there.
Yeah, I think if you're McCormack and have that underhook on the left side, you're sort of given a window for Elliot to throw the elbow.
They separate now with Elliot just backing off slightly here. McCormack taking centre of the cage.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a mouse start on the McCormack's side from I think it was the elbow over the top.
The question mark kick there was McCormack.
Elliot just shrugs it off.
Oh, nice kick to the body. Gone to the body a few times now. Finds a nice left hand. Immediately looks for the takedown. McCormack back to his feet though. McCormack clearly enjoying himself here, and I think both guys have got a bit of support in the crowd here tonight at the Indigo. Well, round two about to get underway here. Referee Dan Mulvaney's had very little to do in this one. The action's been coming thick and fast. Nice body kick from McCormack there. Nice jab.
I need to see him try a couple more feints first. Maybe send the right hand in behind it. The minute single punches are no good. Maybe mix up a couple of takedowns of his own, because with the sheer size difference, I'd imagine him on top. It's going to be a hard night for Elliot.
Nice combinations there from Oban Elliott. Starting to get that famed boxing of his going.
Yeah, I think he's mixing up the strikes really well, and I think he's going to go for a shot by the way he's a double leg shot, just by the way he's moving. I think if he puts Sheehan on the back foot again, expect to see a double leg takedown into the fence.
Yeah, he's certainly done a lot in recent years to dispel the notion that he is, you know, just a one-dimensional boxer. He really has been mixing things up in there, and it's got him some big wins. But, you know, as we saw in the fight with George McManus, when he wants to let rip with those hands, he's got incredible power, incredible technique.
I just think he's just the fresher of the two, a little bit lighter on his feet. The head movement is coming off the centre line too. I think he's going to sit on that cage too far, or too long.
Oban looking to trip his man there, doesn't quite get it. Plenty of time left in this round to play with though. Nice takedown there, just change of direction, puts his man on his back. And let's see what Oban Elliott can do by way of mounting some ground and pound offense here.
Yeah, I think he's already passed the guard there, from what I'm seeing this side. Yeah, so if he just switches his hips, steps over into mount, I think he can land there to get some serious ground and pound off. Even from the position he's at now, I think if he keeps the left hand trapped around his head, maybe a scarf hold. You take around, but you grab the other opponent's just behind the glove, tie up his hand, and you have sort of free range with your other hand. From McCrory on the bottom though, but don't want to be turning me back in again. I want to be turning into my opponent and maybe getting the bottom leg in for a half guard, a full guard, or even across the belly of Elliot, just to create a little bit of space. And he has got the underhook. He is trying.
Again, Oban just sucking the hips out from underneath McCormack. Oh, McCormack able to scramble back to his feet there, though. He does have Elliot on his back.
I think Elliot's going to push him on the cage. There we go. I think he's going to trap one hand in against the cage and strike with the other. Nice trip.
And Elliot's certainly doing a great job of being able to wrestle against the bigger man here. We'll see if he looks for some separation now. Knee to the body from McCormack, one on the other side too.
Yeah, he's just mixing the whole package up. Nice strikes. I think he's going to go in for a double leg on the cage here.
Nice left hand from the southpaw Elliot there. McCormack still walking his man down. Nice jab to the body.
I'd just like to see him throw more than one shot. Mix it up, go body, go head, go back to the body again. There's that shot I was telling you about. Very nice.
But again, immediately McCormack able to get back to his feet, it looks.
I think he's going to re-drop back in for the double leg. There we go. Really nice. Now he can do one or two things. He can come up and take the back here, or he can scoop his hips out and drop down for the full double leg takedown, which I think he's going to do. And there we have it. Nice way to finish the round.
Yeah, it took a couple of elbows there though.
We will see here in the third round.
And I suppose a lot of confidence from Elliot taking this fight against a bigger guy, having fought Matt Bonner last time, who, you know, former middleweight champion and a very large welterweight.
I think his confidence is at an all-time high, and beating guys like that and up away from his normal weight. So, but where you don't want to be is on the bottom against Sean McCormack.
And we took a look at the odds for this one when they were released. McCormack plus 825 underdog and Elliot a minus 1400 favorite, and you know it certainly hasn't been that kind of fight so far.
That's massive. I know. I'm not too sure what way they bet in the UK. So to win 1400, what do we got? Or to win one, I got to put 1400 on. Is that what it is?
Elliot again in top position here, able to chew up the clock, and he's doing enough to stop Dan Mobahedi from asking for more action and looking to take the back now.
Nice shots. Elliot, just get the two hooks in, even one. There goes one. I think he's a little bit too high. Settle back down, get the second hook in. There we go. Don't try and rush the choke.
3.5 minutes left to do work here.
It's just relentless with these takedowns, and like I said in the previous fight, it's actually the opposite here. It's just, if you're McCormack on the bottom, you're non-stop getting taken down, and you can't get back to your feet, that's unbelievably frustrating. You know, you think you're halfway up, you're back down. You think you're halfway back up again, you're back down again. And it just takes your confidence away. I know we're in the third round here, but it's been happening all night.
McCormack still trying to score with those short elbows, but he's got a lot of ground to make up here, and you would think he needs to get back to his feet and start slinging heavy leather. Elliot seems more than happy to just do work from this top position, though.
Yeah, I don't even think he wants to pass the guard. I think he's just happy to just to tip away and strike from where he's at. I think Elliot just nearly hit the switch.
Got to be careful of giving that back, and Oban Elliott's going to make him pay every time he does. Well, in just 1 hour's time, the main card of Cage Warriors 145, the biggest rematch in Cage Warriors history. Paul Hughes, the interim champ, Jordan Vucenic, the featherweight champ. The titles, the division will be unified tonight. And an old score, 2 years in the making, will be settled. Nice elbow there from McCormack as Elliot tries to wrestle in.
It's just relentless with the wrestling. Nice way to take it back. Arm overhead, he just fixing the shorts here. And straight back to it.
Don't want a wardrobe malfunction live on UFC Fight Pass. Not the social media age where that video is going to be all over the internet in a matter of moments.
Standing overhead with a shook look on his face.
That's why they call him a gentleman, you know. He's a good guy. He's doing the man a favour in there. I mean, in the run-up to this fight, Paul, and of course we've only really had a week to digest it. People have been saying, you know, what was Oban Elliott thinking, moving up to middleweight, and he's given a good account of himself here.
Yeah, look, he comes out with the #1 gangster t-shirt, and he proved it here tonight. Like we said, there's a bit of a difference in the number of fights both have, but look, he's gone up a weight. He didn't care who it was. He did his camp, and he just wanted a fight. So he came in, got 3 solid rounds in the bag with a heavier fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. All 3 judges score this bout 30-27 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the red corner, the Welsh Gangster, Oban Elliott.
Oban Elliott puts another one in the win column. 3 5-minute rounds if they need them. I really hope they do. In the Cage Warriors welterweight division, Oban Elliott in the black with white trim, James Sheehan in the LMFAO specials, the leopard print. We are underway here in Dublin. Hard leg kick by Elliott to start things off. 2 very, very physical competitors here. Sheehan had a real punch-up with Jamie Richardson last time out. Oban Elliott's going to be more than happy to go toe-to-toe with him here. Very, very important fight for the careers of both men as they look to ascend the Cage Warriors welterweight rankings. Nice hook to the body there from Elliott. And I get the feeling that, at least at first, this is where we're going to see most of the action in this striking range, this boxing range that they both love so much. We've seen both guys get big knockouts. We've seen both guys in 3-round wars. The betting odds for this one came out very, very even. I believe Elliott closed as a slight favourite, but really not a whole lot in it at all. Nice left hand from Sheehan there. Oh, big shots from both men. They clinch up. Just briefly in that plum clinch, Elliott considered the knee, let it go. Heavy leg kick. And that lead thigh is nice and red now on James Sheehan. Elliott's landed that leg kick a couple of times. Nice combination from Elliot there and a kick from Sheehan. Lead left hand lands from Elliot. You just get the sense that this is going to be a very much a shot-for-shot kind of fight.
Yeah,
both guys happy to give as good as they get.
You also got the feeling that either of these guys could land a complete fight-changing strike at any moment.
They've both got the power, and more importantly, they've both got the technique in the hands.
And they're both swinging. They're both really going for it.
Oh, nice combination. And that wobbled James Sheehan a little bit there.
Yeah, Elliot seems to be finding his rage just a little bit better than Sheehan has so far. Shot from Elliot.
Beautiful stuff from Oban Elliott.
An attempt to sprawl there, but just not enough for that speed on that shot from Elliot. 2 minutes left in the round, and maybe, is that a little cut on Sheehan there? I can't tell whether it's...
Yeah, it's a little nick on the cheek, it looks like.
Half guard position trying to be used here. Half guard sweep attempted. That left arm underhook, he's going to try and sit up from this position or off balance. You force the reaction. Elliot brings his weight forward and then you reverse in the opposite direction. But
and we've seen Elliot use these top positions to just eat up the clock and get that damage in.
Yeah, you can tell that he has a very good base on top here. I mean, very, very stable. Sheehan is going to have to work a lot harder to try and off-balance Elliot in any way.
And maybe a little bit more than just a nick, because it seems that Sheehan's bleeding a bit more profusely now. I don't know if he's cut over the nose as well.
And I think Elliot very happy to see out the rest of this round inside of the guard position. Just trying to land some ground and pound. But Sheehan gets back to the feet and far more bloodied up than he was when he initially was taken there.
Yeah, I believe there's a cut over the bridge of the nose. We'll have to see if we can get a good look at that, but not the kind of cut that's going to be particularly detrimental to the fight on the feet, but if he ends up on his back, could be flowing into the eye, so we'll have to keep an eye on that one. Well, regardless, now they're back on the feet. Final 15 seconds or so. Catches the kick, goes for the right straight, does Elliot. As Andrew said, Dan, both of these guys look like they could throw a fight-ending shot from anywhere, at any time. They touch gloves and they're off again. Sharp hands from Oban Elliott to start.
Yeah, Elliot
Sheehan
definitely can't get complacent now.
The range hasn't been too much of an issue as of yet for Oban Elliott. Giving up a couple of inches in height and reach here, but you wouldn't know it. Ooh, Sheehan tries the head kick. Spearing jab attempt there from Sheehan, just a little bit shy. Trying to find a way in for that big right hand. Elliot trying to find a way in. Pulls out with the left. Just a little bit shy with the right hand behind it though that time. Nice combination from Elliot there. One thing we have seen from Elliot in the past is that he does expend a lot of energy in the first couple of rounds and sometimes needs to take a little bit of a breather in the third.
Again, nice takedown defended by Sheehan, but the physicality of Elliot so evident here. Sheehan able to stay on his feet for now though.
It's one of the things I love about Elliot, you know, when we've seen him go hell for leather early doors and then realise that, you know, I've got to be a bit more sensible here. He does have the wherewithal to get that takedown and chew the clock up a little bit. Oh, big elbows there from Oban Elliott.
Sheehan looking for the takedown here and almost gets it, and Elliot tries the reversal and get on top. They both make their way back to their feet, and
Elliot knocks the gum shield out of Sheehan again. They're going straight back to it though. Touch of gloves back underway. Tried the level change there, did Elliot, but good work from Sheehan.
yeah.
I suppose the good thing in terms of the cut from Sheehan is that it doesn't look like it's a broken nose, it just looks like a nasty cut. So he's probably not going to have too much issues with the breathing there as Elliot fires uppercuts through. Sheehan lands knees to the body.
The gum shield comes out again.
And is that Sheehan's gum shield again, or is that Elliott's that time? Oh, Mark Goddard just warning James Sheehan there to keep a bite down on that gum shield. Not going to keep stopping the action.
I mean, maybe there is an issue with the nose, which is why the mouth is open and the gum shield's coming out.
Yeah, it could be. Ooh, nice leg kick there from Sheehan, and the crowd responding to that one. Perhaps sensing a little bit of momentum shifting here. Sheehan's corner calling for the 1-2. Tries to find a home for the left that time. And again, you saw Sheehan putting that gum shield back in, so maybe an issue with the gum shield. Combination there from Elliot, just hitting the chest, I think, on most of those. Fires that jab out. Nice combination from Elliot there. Sheehan tries the high kick, doesn't land it clean though. Does land a nice one downstairs. And the doubling crowd again trying to rally behind their man. It's Elliot with the takedown, and he gets it.
45 seconds to go in this round. I think very likely happy to sit inside of the closed guard and rain down some ground and pound. He's had a lot of success with it in the first round. Nasty elbows. He's got to be careful here. There's a slight angle. Got to be aware of where those arms are going for those armbar attempts.
Final 10 seconds of the round now. Elliot's going to be content to ride this one out, you would think.
Yep. A very ambitious Americana attempt from underneath.
I believe just giving Sheehan some instruction about keeping that mouthpiece in there, Dan. Elliot starts things off with a kick to the body. He's been happy to take the outside of the cage and use that sideways movement. Ooh, tries the head kick again to Sheehan. Nice jab from Elliot.
Sheehan pushing a lot more forward than he's been so far. I think perhaps knows that he's possibly down 2 rounds. Likely down 2 rounds, I think.
Well, that should have been the advice from the corner. He is more than likely going to need a finish here, or a very, very serious last 4 minutes to perhaps even things up. Left to the body from Elliot, a right from Sheehan. Sheehan again stalking his man, trying to cut him off against the cage,
again,
and again the gum shield comes out.
You're going backwards, son. Whole time. He's not spitting it out. He's still spitting it out. I understand. Let's go.
So Mark Goddard appeared to say there that the issue is that it's actually an ill-fitting gum shield.
I mean, it must be. It's fallen out 4 times in this fight already.
It's just not the kind of distraction you want in a high-pressure, high-stakes situation like this. But James Sheehan got his nose to the grindstone here. He's still trying to cut Elliot off against the cage. Ooh, nice left hand there from Oban Elliott. Still happy to dance around the outside of the cage using that lateral movement. Beautiful. The kick again.
Beautiful catch.
Another big elbow on the way in.
I mean, this is a lot more time that he's had on the ground to work. 3 minutes on the clock in the middle of the cage here.
Oh, more elbows from Elliot.
I mean, you could talk about transitioning, but he's had so much success striking from within the guard that I don't see any reason for him to change position. Possibly there's a good reasoning for passing to half guard because it takes away the ability for your opponent to have really high percentage attacks off of the back. It's what makes half guard such a good position to try and ground and pound from, but Sheehan does a great job of getting back to the feet there.
Yeah, powered his way back up, wipes that blood out of his eyes and gets straight back to it, does Sheehan. Again, trying to cut Elliot off, trying to trap him up against the fence. Tries for the knee to the body there. Elliot circles off. The corner want Elliot jabbing as Sheehan lands a nice left to the body. Tries the high kick, a left hand behind it. Tries to clinch up now, does James Sheehan.
Yeah, Sheehan's still very much in this fight.
Probably his best couple of minutes for Jimbo Slice here. Another nice shot lands. Just over a minute and change to play with. You still get the impression that either of these guys could land something spectacular and finish this fight in the final 60 or so seconds. Sheehan kicks the lead leg, tries to step in with a big looping left, but just not enough distance on it. Such a crucial fight for the top end of the Cage Warriors welterweight division here. Tries the jumping kick. Elliot gives it a round of applause and fires back. Gets that jab working. And Sheehan just trying to clatter into his man up against the cage there. Elliot looking so good, so sharp though.
Quick look at the clock there, 15 seconds left. And Sheehan still putting the pressure on.
Still looking for that big finish. Gets caught again, the gum shield's gone. It's not going to go back in this time. Big left kick from Sheehan. But Oban Elliott knew the Welsh Gangster once again does gangster things.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of mixed martial arts action, we go to our judges' scorecards. Your judges score this bout 30-27, 30-27, and 29-28 in favor of your winner by way of unanimous decision. In the blue corner, the one, the only, the Welsh Gangster,